So we got Tay Rock calling out Eazy the Block Captain. We got Jazz the Rapper calling out Eazy the Block Captain. We got John. We got Shotgun Shug. We got a bunch of people calling out Eazy the Block Captain. And after reviewing these names, bruh, I'm realizing that the URL actually still has some leverage over Eazy the Block Captain, even after he managed to break free of his chains, bruh. I'm realizing that the URL still has some leverage over Eazy the Block Captain. Let's talk about it. I ain't gonna hold you. This is wild, right? I decided to speak on this topic today. And while I'm scrolling through YouTube, right before I get on camera, right now, Eazy is actually live currently discussing part of what I'm about to discuss. Eazy's currently on live discussing who his potential next opponents are gonna be. It's so crazy how the universe works sometimes, bro, because I'm on my way home. I'm like, yo, I kind of want to talk about this today. And then I get here, I turn on YouTube, and Eazy's live. And one of the things he's talking about is who his next opponent is going to be. Jazz the Rapper recently finished going back and forth with Eazy the Block Captain on Twitter and is interested in battling Eazy the Block Captain. Of course, Eazy the Block Captain is also interested in battling Jazz the Rapper. Who wouldn't? Jazz is the female GOAT. I absolutely adore Jazz. I have a ton of respect for Jazz, bro. The way she carries herself in this crazy, chaotic zoo of a battle rap community, bro. The way that Jazz the Rapper carries herself, bro, is something to respect, bro. It's something to admire, bro. I adore Jazz. And I really hope that that's a battle that will take place. Jazz and Eazy the Block Captain would be fire. We got Tay Rock also going back and forth with Eazy the Block Captain on Twitter. Eazy also acknowledges and confirms that he would absolutely battle Tay Rock. Super fire battle, right? Because of the whole storyline, the whole Eazy's issue with URL and Tay Rock being a URL baby, straight loyal to URL. Them having been in gun titles together and blase blah, it would make for a very interesting battle. Then we have recent situations like Shotgun Shug, bruh, where apparently Chrome 23 or Remy Ma offered or reached out to Shotgun Shug a situation, and Shug refused a situation on Chrome 23. Shug stating that it's due to money. He needs to get his back. He needs to get paid. As of right now, nothing has been set in stone, solidified with somebody like Shotgun Shug. Then we got John the Don, who most recently offered to put up $50,000 on the floor at John's home league, the Bullpen. $50,000 on the floor. Him and Eazy the Block Captain. Winner takes it all. After going through this set of 4 names, bro, right? These are just 4 names. These are just 4. I'm not counting people who are typically and generally allowed to battle off URL. I'm not picking those people. I'm picking URL names for a very specific reason. After going through those names, right, I start to think, wait a second. If these are all potential matchups for Eazy the Block Captain, and Eazy the Block Captain is not on URL, but these battle rappers are, how exactly does Eazy the Block Captain plan on being able to battle all of these URL names that are on the URL roster, potentially under URL contracts? They have to say whatever URL does. How exactly is Eazy going to be able to get battles from URL battlers if the URL doesn't allow it? So at the beginning of this video, right, I said that I feel as if, though, the URL still does have some leverage over Eazy. They definitely do. Chris Unbiased even said one time in one of his blogs, and I never forgot this because it was very true. One of the URL's strongest powers right now, and what they have as far as leverage, is their roster, bruh. Is their roster. If URL does not want their battle rappers to battle an Eazy the Block Captain, how is Eazy supposed to battle all of these names? Something that makes me think like this is that Shotgun Suge situation specifically. We don't know what the amounts were that were discussed with Shotgun Suge when he was being offered a situation on Chrome 23 to battle Eazy the Block Captain. But according to Shotgun Suge, he wasn't getting the bag. He wasn't getting paid what he wanted or whatever the case was. So that's why there's no confirmation in blase blah. But I have a very hard time believing that Chrome 23 is not going to at least match what you get paid over at URL. I have a very hard time believing that Chrome 23, Remy Ma, will not at least match what it is that Shotgun Suge gets over at URL. What I'm thinking really is the situation is that Shotgun Suge understands the tension. He understands the energy between URL doing business with Eazy and Chrome 23, while at the same time URL is having an issue with Chrome 23 and blase, blase, blah. So the URL doesn't even have to say anything to some of these battlers that are under URL contract or under the URL umbrella. They don't even have to say anything. For example, Tay-Rock. Tay-Rock has already talked about it. The fact that he's going to want to do this battle on URL because he wants to get the biggest bag possible. That's not the situation at all, bro. The situation now becomes either Eazy, if he wants to battle any of our roster URL battlers, either Eazy has to do a situation with URL or he doesn't get those situations. So now this being the case, right, when we start to talk about Eazy's next battle, what we really have to start taking into consideration now is whether or not Eazy will even be able to battle some of these people under the situation that he wants. We haven't heard much from John the Don and that 50K offer ever since Eazy the Block Captain and us started having the discussion about it potentially ending up on the app. Y'all notice that there hasn't been much more of a push for that. It's been quiet for that situation. And that's because Eazy understands now that if he does do this situation, it could potentially end up on the URL app. So they can't really push. They can't really push that topic anymore. You can't really, because now it's not going to work in the URL's favor. Because Eazy said that if he does the battle when it goes onto the app, he needs an extra 50K. So now that's not working in URL's favor. So we're not hearing so much about that anymore. I feel as if though, if that situation that John was trying to offer up had nothing to do with URL, it would still be a hot topic of conversation. It would still be something that John and Eazy are discussing day after day, trying to get it locked in, trying to get it confirmed, trying to get it done for that date. But because Eazy smartened up and realized that it might end up on the app, he asked for an extra 50K. Now that that's the case, we don't see this push anymore for Eazy to do that battle with John the Don. These things tell me, bro, that it's going to be difficult for Eazy to battle URL people. It's going to be difficult for Eazy to battle URL people. This is how the URL still has some kind of leverage over Eazy the Block Captain. So again, when we talk about Eazy's next battle now, we have to look more at people that are not on URL, people that are not under URL contracts, because those are going to be people that he's likely not going to get to battle anytime soon. So for Eazy's next battle, realistically, if we're talking realistically, we're looking at somebody like A Ward. And this is looking at it realistically. We're looking at potentially, hopefully, somebody like Geechee Gotti, but I don't even think that. I don't even think, because I think Geechee Gotti has a situation with URL. I think he has a contractual situation currently with URL. So this being the case, bro, if the URL does have the ability to prevent their battlers from battling an Eazy the Block Captain, then that puts Eazy between a rock and a hard place. Because that means that Eazy doesn't have as many options as he thought, or we thought he did, if this is the situation. So for Eazy's next battle, I mean, realistically, bruh, realistically at this point, I'm thinking Eazy's next battle is probably somebody like A Ward. As far as a female, I'm thinking somebody more along the lines of a Miss Hustle, who has kind of like a closer thing with Chrome 23 right now. So it's so crazy to say this, because what this literally means is that the politics are literally getting in the way of giving us battles that we want to see, that we've wanted to see, and etc. Politics are going to start to get in the way of that. I need to know what y'all think of this, man, because I just had this thought earlier. And I was like, wait a second, bro. All this time, I'm thinking if Eazy gets off URL, he'll be able to do whatever he wants, battle whoever he wants, wherever he wants, and blase, blase, blah. But then I remembered a bunch of those people that want to battle Eazy are under URL. And if URL doesn't want their battlers to battle Eazy the Block Captain, to continue giving him light and giving him momentum off the platform, then that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen unless Eazy decides to step on the URL stage under URL's specifications, under their demands. Very interested to see how this is going to keep playing out. I'm very interested to see who Eazy's next battle is going to be. And I'm very interested to see whether or not politics are going to have anything to do with who Eazy battles next. Let me know what y'all think, man. You already know what it is. It's your boy Joe coming at you live and direct from the battle.